Hey everyone, this is Nick, and I'm going to show you guys how to diagnose a Highboy scooter in less than 2 minutes to find out what's wrong with it, especially if it's not working. So let me just tell you right off the back, if your Highboy suddenly stops, there's only about 3 things that could be potentially wrong with it. In this one, as you can see, there is no battery, so your battery is shot. Also, behind here is a controller, so your controller could be shot, or it could be because there's an issue with your motor and your motor is shot. So it's one of those 3 things. The battery is the most expensive, so you really don't want that to be bad. The controller is a little bit cheaper, and the motor, if the motor's bad, just go and buy you a whole new scooter, because it's probably better to just buy a brand new scooter that has its own battery and its own controller. But yours just stopped working, and so I want to show you how on the Highboy you can figure out really quickly whether or not really it's the battery or if it's the controller. Now, for those of you who don't know, the battery is what actually provides the juice. So your scooter runs off the juice that the battery provides. It allows you to function. The controller, which is down in here, you move these 2 screws, that's like the brain. So all of these fancy controls up here, these things are sending signals to that controller, and that controller is then utilizing the battery power to make sure that all of these functions are taking place, right? And that's how you get full throttle. That's how you get all that really cool stuff, even brakes and stuff like that. So what you want to do is this, basically. On the Highboys, they have a ability to where you can actually unplug the battery and still go on the like it'll pull up all the electric stuff. I think how it works is that the motor generates some type of current. As long as the motor's moving, you got to go over 5 miles an hour. I know this works on the Highboy. I'm not sure if this will work on any other scooter, but this is an easy way of doing this. Okay, so what you want to do is remove the battery out, right? So if your Highboy just stop working it, stop turning on, you've tried charging it, none of that works, what you want to do is remove the battery. Okay, now when you get the battery out, you will be able to actually turn the scooter on, but the way you're going to turn it on is by actually driving the scooter. So I'm going to do this with one hand. It's going to be kind of tough because you got to go over 5 miles an hour. So, boom. So this right here is telling me that the controller is working because the motor, which I showed you earlier, is creating a current, which is sending, I'm not a scientist or anything. I just build these things, do it yourself, but I didn't actually make it. But the current, as you saw, when I went under 5 miles an hour, it shut off. So that means that I know for a fact I don't have to waste my time. If your scooter stops, it's because this battery is a bad battery. But the motor and the controller, which is down there, are good. So all I'd have to do is go and get me a new battery for about $100 and I'd be all set. Now, if you did this test and this thing was not corresponding, like it wasn't turning on still, now you may actually have a controller issue. Still, you'd want to take the original battery out. But if this does not turn on, you can be guaranteed it's a really cheap, easy fix. And it's just a controller. You can go get them off of Amazon, okay? So that's really how you diagnose your Highboy scooter. Now, these are practically, honestly, I think these might work with just about any scooter for the most part, because they pretty much make all of them the same from China and put different labels on them. But that's my encouragement, guys. Let me know if this was helpful. Like I said, I'll show you one last time. There's obviously no battery in there, but that motor is generating a current. I shouldn't have did this going uphill. The motor's generating a current, and that current will be enough. There we go. That current will be enough to get you rolling. Now, once I go under 5 miles, ooh, I'm close. There we go. And this is just letting me know, and I could turn on the lights and all that other stuff too if I knew how to do it, but I don't at the moment. And so I got the scooter. My buddy of mine realized it was broken. He wanted me to fix it. And this is just a really easy way to diagnose what's wrong with your Highboy scooter. Okay, so just to recap, for those of you who have these at home, take the battery out, jump on the scooter, ride it, press this button while you're moving. If you're going over 4 or 5 miles an hour, this display will turn on. That will tell you your controller is good to go. Don't worry about the controller being the issue. If you take the battery out and this still doesn't work, then your controller is likely the problem. You don't want to go and buy a brand new battery. However, your battery could be an issue too. And typically, let me just say this, most times it is the battery. So anyways, you guys take care, and I hope this helped.